up on the left side. It's the pitch to Johnson. He gets outside. He's in! Mario Johnson! 2-point conversion! The Warriors are on! Unbelievable! 22 points! 16 seconds!
Facebook. And I guess they've gotten some awards.
Yeah, I'm sure they have. Welcome to Coach's Corner. We're here live. What's today? The 28th? 29th?
29th. The award-winning. The award-winning.
What award-winning?
Aren't we award-winning? Are we award-winning?
Yeah.
What do we win?
We're award-winning.
Mawini. Jerry Nowasacki, the assistant coach on the boys varsity and former girls coach. You were
Way back.
talking way back.
Way back.
Did
In
the
the
JVs
90s,
for a
in the
long,
90s.
long time.
Freshmen and JVs.
Yeah. Welcome. Tough game last night. Tough one to lose. I mean, I thought we played fantastic.
At times.
Sometimes, I mean, most of the time, basketball's a game of bounces.
And spurts and
Yeah,
runs.
and it spurts, runs. But there was a free throw that they took that bounced way out,
Yes.
almost to the elbow. And they got, of course, we're all going in
Yeah,
for it, and
right.
it bounced over our head. And, people saying, how can we not get that? Because it bounced 15 feet away from the basket.
But the thing is, you don't go in. You go to the man next to you and make sure he
Doesn't
goes
get it.
out.
I think
That's-
on that particular
that's the-
play, we did not have somebody watching the shooter.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think that's
you
exactly
had
what
three on the line
And two back.
and two back.
And
And when one's John, you
Well,
don't have to worry
you
about
only
that
got
side
7
pretty much.
seconds.
It was a great
6.6.
game.
6.6.
It was a great game. They're a good team. We're a good team.
They were athletic. They were good. They again, we had a little bit of third quarter woes. I don't know how much we were up by at half. Maybe, in fact,
10,
right
12.
before the half, we were 10-12, but they might have cut it. They had a
Yeah,
three
they did. They
right
cut
at
it
the
to-
half.
They cut it to about 6.
Yeah.
4. Yeah,
4.
you're right. 40 to 36 it was.
And they
It was
hit a
7.
three right at the
Right.
buzzer.
The same kid hit a 3 at the end of the first
Things
game.
happen in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a steal that ends up in a layup, puts them ahead.
Yeah.
There's opportunities that we had. We took a shot that we almost said, "Oh, don't take that shot," and it went in, which is good. So you never know.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, that was the
Somebody-
shot Omar took?
I didn't want to say that, but yeah. But
Well,
he
I
hit a
saw-
nice
I
shot.
saw
He missed
Adrian.
one before that,
he did.
but he did hit that shot.
He played well.
I hate to
thought.
say this here, but in some ways, it takes a lot of courage to take a shot.
Take that shot. Yeah.
That's a tough part of the game. There's a lot of people that will give the ball up.
Yeah.
You know the thing too,
I thought
Jerry,
he played well with this.
you look at it when you started the game. At the end of the first quarter, we were ahead 10-8, which is not very many points. But how many shots that they rattled
did
in and
too.
popped out?
But they
I know,
did too.
they
The first
too.
quarter was.
But-
I'll bet you both teams shot 20%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
But we had, I don't know how many threes that rattled around and popped out, and you get one of them,
It makes a
it's a
difference.
difference.
It makes a big difference.
It really does.
Hey, you make one foul shot, it's a tie game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
you
don't
really
know.
can't cry over a 1-point loss. You know what I mean? You just move on. It
well,
was a
if
good
Adrian
game.
was here, we would be blaming him
Oh, yeah.
because under 5 points, we always blame Lee,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but
Coach-
that doesn't
coach-
count with Adrian, though. He's too nice a guy.
I'll quote
Oh, he's
Adrian
not-
right now. A comment that he made to the team, which is really something that we have to think about, is we got games to play yet.
Right.
We got goals and we got opportunities where we can improve. But if you went, and I never even thought of it until he said it, but if we first day of practice, first day of tryouts, if someone said at this point in the season we would be 11-2,
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd take it.
You would have taken it.
Absolutely.
That's right.
no way.
Yeah,
You say,
no way.
no,
Yeah,
no. We haven't had that positive experience
No.
in several years,
Right,
and
absolutely.
all of a sudden here we are. But we now have an opportunity to maybe fix a few things.
Yeah, I think the experience is beneficial because you had a Westboro team who came back from almost a 20-point deficit, took you in overtime, and you overcame that hurdle. Last night you came up in the short end, but those have to make the team a stronger. And there's things that you and Adrian and the coaching staff can point out, say these are the things that we have to work on.
And that's our hope, because
Yeah.
if you look at our coaching staff, tremendous amount of experience.
Right.
And skip the experience, the knowledge, and the ability to interact with people is, I think, fantastic. It's a great experience. It's been a great experience for me, just to be around all these guys.
You know, we talk about this too. I mean, it's, you know, we've got 11 wins. I mean, you know, that's a pretty positive thing. But you tend to look at the losses, and in my mind, sitting here, I was at both of them. We can beat both those teams as far as I'm concerned. From what I saw,
It's like anything, though. You remember the losses more so than you do the wins. You know, unless they're really
You
great
do.
wins.
They're the ones that hurt.
Those are the ones you think, you know, you look
right.
back and say, if I'd only hit that shot. It's same with golf, you know. You say, if I could have made that putter, you know, same thing. You always think of the negatives part of it, but
I think there's a lot of things that have come together that have made us better. Obviously, everybody by the way, I said to Billy at the end of the game last night, I said, it's just gonna make us better down the road.
I think it will.
And it
Yeah,
will.
you did say that.
It will. But there's a lot of things that have come together. I think we've talked about this on the show too. I think Kamen is doing a tremendous job as a point guard. I think we lacked that in the past. We couldn't get the ball to Johnny. I think Omar's playing great.
Played a great game.
The kid from Harith
Yeah.
from Algonquin, he's playing great.
Yeah, he and Omar had great games
They
last
did.
night.
They
Ryan
did.
Caton.
It's a matter of
Playing
pulling
well.
them together
Yeah,
and
right,
having some
right.
consistency.
I agree. I agree.
We can go, I just remember the past couple of years, you know, we go to a tournament and in one game we hit, I want to say 18 out of 23 foul shots or something like that. And the next game, we're lucky to make 4 or whatever,
Yeah,
you know. And
kill
we
you.
we missed so many that we didn't have a chance to win. And if we made even half of what we missed, we could have won. So it's one of those days. You mentioned about the threes bouncing in and around and not in. You know, those things happen.
The
But
St. John's game, in the Assumption tournament,
Yeah.
Johnny had at least 5 or 6 shots go 3/4 of the way down and spin out. And, you know, he makes a couple of those, it's a different game at the end.
But we have to be prepared because John's not the only guy there.
Right.
Yeah, and he gets in foul trouble.
And we
can't-
love to depend on him.
Right.
But we also need to depend on each other and everybody else because there comes that point in time that something happens.
Right.
Shepherd Hill, he went down.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Shepherd
that's
Hill,
right.
he first
He
Running
missed
quarter.
almost the
backwards.
whole first quarter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he went
He went
down.
by 13, and he was lucky he came back and
Yeah.
So
You know what I
different things
noticed
happen.
though too, and I thought going in, you say, hey, we got a 6'8" or 9" guy, whatever it is, we're going to be, you know, we're going to be. But I'm looking at some of these other teams, and they're not. They're not
small.
shabby. Yeah, T.J. Power, I thought was almost as tall as
Tall as
John,
John,
within
yeah.
an inch.
Yeah,
The
they
kid
lie
last
about his
night-
age, you think a little. Well, I mean, not his age,
height.
but his height. He's
We
bigger than
lie,
I think.
We lie about our age.
Yeah,
not,
yeah, I know.
Then all right.
he's at least 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah.
He's
It's
about
up
6'8".
there.
The kid
Yeah, he's
last
up there.
night was pretty tall.
He was, the
Yeah,
kid with the glasses,
yeah, the
he was
Aiden-
tall.
Yeah,
And he
was-
played smart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
When John slipped away to help on defense, he
moved
slipped
the
in.
open
Yeah, he got
shot.
in
That's
position.
Slipped in,
And they made some nice passes to him.
A couple
It was-
years ago,
it
he
was a
hurt
great
us.
You know what I enjoy? I enjoy them playing around the rim. I love the rim play. John's up there.
Yeah.
And he's only this far away from dunking it.
I know.
And the others are all going after him and everything.
Yeah.
I love that type of play. And that was exciting.
Yeah.
Johnny missed, Johnny throws it up there and it hits the backboard. It comes in and runs off the rim.
Yeah.
How many?
Yeah, how many of
How
those?
many?
Yeah.
It's just,
And you
was a
say, you
great
look
game.
back at a 1-point loss and say, if one of those went in.
yeah.
You know?
We had 3 spurts where we went up by 10.
Yeah, yeah.
And then right away they'd be hitting threes.
Yeah.
And they come right back.
Any championship team has to have a fair amount of luck. And,
Yeah.
and you know,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you don't want to use your luck at this time of the season. You want to save some of that for the end. So, you know, you get into the playoffs.
You want to be on a roll at the right time.
That's right.
That's absolutely right.
Adrian has a big bag that he keeps that luck in.
That's good.
We're holding on to that.
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
When the districts come, how deep will he go? 8? 9 players?
Will he shorten the bench?
Will he shorten the bench?
That's always the goal. Shorten it. Depends on
The
who's
situation,
doing
yeah.
well, and depends on
Fouls.
health,
Fouls,
fouls.
yeah.
Something
Depends on a lot of
happens.
stuff.
You've got
Most times you
13
short-
games under your belt. You've got 7 more games. He's got to start making a decision where he's going. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
Well,
It's always in
you
the.
have to always give the guys playing time, though. You can't have guys just sit.
I understand,
all
but
the time.
you gotta start getting ready for the playoffs.
You do. But I think they have, unlike in the past years, they have a lot of different role players, guys that are put in for certain reasons. The two Vetacuris, who are very good shooters, they're put in there in a right situation to get the points and stuff. But
I thought they were put in yesterday.
Yes, they
Excuse me, to
defense.
play defense.
They were.
Yeah.
Yeah, they play well defense. The day they hit that shot, watch out for the next one.
Yeah.
It's true.
I saw him shoot last year. And they were phenomenal. I mean, there were games that I think last year that team the JV team could have scored 100.
When I was in high school, there was a guy. If you let him hit that one shot,
Yeah.
that's okay. If he hits the second one, you're in trouble.
Yeah. He's
Because
feeling it.
number 3, 4, 5, and 6 are coming.
They're going in too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I like too is the gym was electric.
Oh yeah, great
It
atmosphere.
was, you know,
A little scary, but it was great.
It was a little scary. The Leominster kids were going crazy. There was a lot of Leominster kids there.
The guy from the cable people from Leominster
Leominster.
sent me a note, and their comment was, "It's by far one of the best games they've been able to film and show in several years or more."
Oh, that's nice.
That's what they felt. It was. You said the word electric. It was.
really
You know,
was.
somebody had to win. Unfortunately, it was them for us.
Yeah.
But he said it was by far telecast-wise, it was one of the best games they've
Yeah.
ever been able to do.
Nice.
And I could honestly say this: when we go to Leominster, they treat us very, very well.
Yeah, they do.
And
Yeah, they do.
They do.
That's
They
because you're not
feed
from
us.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, right.
You're only saying that because they feed us. Jerry, who do we got Friday night?
Nobody.
All
nobody.
right.
We got
so
practice.
Next 2 weeks.
Got the day off.
So when's our next game?
Tuesday.
Next
Tuesday
Tuesday.
against
At Marlboro.
Marlboro?
Marlboro.
Okay. And what's
And
Marlboro
they're not doing
got?
well.
They're not doing well?
They're not doing well, but that doesn't mean anything.
No, it
you know?
doesn't.
Yeah, as we talked,
Any given night.
if you look at some of the box scores and everything else, well, they don't do box scores anymore, but they
No,
do
they don't.
Yeah.
little write-ups. You see how one team's playing well, and next thing you know, they get blown out by somebody.
Well,
Like,
South blew. Is
Leominster.
South that good? I don't know, but Leominster was pretty good, and South blew them out the night before. So
right.
you're right. It's it's a
up and
lot
down.
of different things.
And sometimes a team that has minimal wins has nothing to lose
Right.
and
Yeah.
everything to
They play
gain
loosey
to knock
goosey.
somebody off.
Yeah, it becomes
They play a little bit type of different game. Unfortunately for us, it's a good thing for us that we have John, but John is faced with sometimes 3 and 4 people on him,
Yeah, absolutely.
depending on that
It-
particular
it-
moment.
And we've talked about it too, amongst ourselves and on the show. I don't care what anybody says, he gets fouled every time he touches the ball. But they don't call it, but they're not gonna call it because he's so big. I
Some
understand
refs
that.
they give the benefit of doubt to the other team
Yeah,
at
right.
times because,
Yeah.
he's bigger than them, so he should
Right.
be able to take it.
Yeah.
But that's not true. But that's not the way the game is made. The
Right.
game is, if you get fouled, you get fouled.
Right, right.
So,
Wow, that was quick. I wanted to ask about the JV team, but.
Doing
they-
well.
They're doing well, right?
doing
They're-
well.
They're pretty
They
good
got
too.
some good ball players.
Yeah, they do. They score lots of points.
Yeah, I can see a lot of those players coming up and helping you guys next
Yeah,
year.
yeah, absolutely.
There's
I can see 'em.
there's some very good surprises out there.
Yeah.
All right.
Talent.
We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna bring on the 3 captains, right? 3 of them?
Yes.
Yep. And we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Joining us here for the second half, Cole, Bob Bigda Fisher, Johnny West, and Cade Nelson. Welcome, gentlemen. I know it was a tough loss last night, but it's okay. We got
What's
a lot
that
of games
song? The
left.
things that don't kill us only make us better.
I said that. I
Whatever.
said that in the
It's a-
stands too. Yeah.
There's a song like that,
Yeah.
and I believe that. You
What
guys
doesn't
are-
kill us makes us strong.
Right, that's it.
And, but they played well, and we didn't necessarily play great down the stretch, but hey, that happens. Johnny, I want to congratulate you. I mean, getting 1,000 points, that was a beautiful trophy. What do you want to call it? The basketball in the glass.
Yeah,
case.
yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
the
That was
case.
nice.
That was really
Trophy
nice.
case.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
Very
that was really
tribute,
nice.
yeah.
Absolutely, thank you.
And your parents were there, and your aunts and uncles, right? Because I
Yeah.
talked to your aunt, and yeah, that's a great thing. Only 6. I thought there was more than that. I thought there was more 1,000-point scorers.
I-
Yeah, 6 they said.
Four girls, I
Chad's a
think.
6.
4 boys, 2 girls?
Oh,
Yeah,
is that what it
those,
was?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
So Tony Pollock, we know.
yeah.
Hochstein, Johnny.
Reese,
Oh,
Kobe
with Kobe Reese.
Oh,
Kobe
Kobe.
Reese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Kobe.
and
Yeah,
then one
he
of the
played
Grip,
for 4
the Grip
years, too.
sisters.
Yeah.
Oh, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth
and
Grip.
I'm not sure of the other.
Was it Lizzie
One of them,
Davis?
anyhow.
It could have been in Lizzie or Shannon
Lizzie
Russell.
or Shannon Russell, I'm not
I
sure.
would have guessed Shannon.
Or Tiana
Tiana,
Carper.
I
But
don't
she
think
didn't play.
Tiana.
She didn't play 4 years though.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so either. So, little time off. Obviously, you needed it. I mean, I saw him the other night, and I looked at him and went, "How much weight have you lost since football?" Well, plus you said you've been.
I've been sick.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just getting over pneumonia. It's been kind of a struggle going to practice a lot lately, because just with my knee problems and just wear and tear in here and there, and it kept adding up ever since football, and now it's kind of like.
Yeah. Getting to the point where you need
Yeah,
a break. Yeah.
But I think I think I'm getting back up. I'm getting back to where I need to be,
Yeah.
and I think I'm going to be healthy down the stretch.
Good.
30 pounds is a lot.
30 pounds is a lot.
In 7 or 8 weeks,
Yeah.
that's a lot to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about in a week?
Huh?
Some people lose it in
Yeah.
less than a week.
I know. Johnny,
Can't
now I've been to a
I
lot
need
of
that.
games this year, and I think you get fouled every time you get the ball down in the low post. How do you keep your composure? I see your face sometimes, and I say to myself, "Get Johnny the ball. Get him the ball," because he's ticked off.
Yeah.
Does it bother you once in a while?
Yeah, it does. I think it bothered me a lot more early on in high school, like freshman, sophomore
Oh,
year.
God, yeah,
Even last
absolutely.
year, I think just maturity's kind of helped.
Kind of
just
resign
kinda,
yourself to the fact you're not going to get every goal.
Yeah, I just kind of accepted it at
Yeah.
this point. I mean, I don't know, it is what it is. Sometimes it's annoying because it could be in a big situation and it could cost us like a big basket or whatever. But I don't know, just kind of trying to keep my cool and just walk away rather than argue with the rest.
Well, you're doing a good job, I'll
Yeah,
tell you.
thanks.
Yeah.
That, that's a big issue because other teams take advantage of that there.
Absolutely.
And the goal sometimes, somebody coming into the game who the team has nothing to gain by them being on the floor other than
Right.
To run him
not
and try and
necess-
get him to retaliate.
to retaliate,
We've seen
because
it.
it's always not the first guy, but sometimes the second guy that retaliates,
Right,
which
that
would
gets
be
caught.
I'll say the victim, and we need the victim, which would I would say John, on the floor, not on the bench.
Right, exactly.
So, and those things happen, and it's a strategy that some people use, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Cole, a lot of big shots made this year.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, you
nice.
really have. I mean, shooting lights out, getting lots of playing time.
Yeah.
You don't start though, right? You come off the bench.
He
most
did.
of the
I
time?
started-
started.
last
I
year.
started last night.
Okay,
And
but
yeah,
some
but I've been
both,
coming off
right?
the bench
Yeah.
for the beginning of the year. Yeah, I'm just starting to like find a groove, and the game's starting to slow down a little bit, and I'm starting to make those open shots that I wasn't earlier on in the year.
Yeah, that makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
When
does.
you-
It feels good to help like contribute a little.
I
bit
can
more.
tell when you're going to make one too. You got the follow through. You can tell it's
Yeah,
going to go
sometimes
in.
you just
Yeah,
know.
it's something about the spin, the rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes out of your hand, and I go, That's it.
Yeah, and you got a little snap when it goes through the,
Yeah.
just all nothing but net.
Yeah.
That's good.
Most of the time, I just run back.
Johnny, we got
Yeah.
We have our first caller of the new season here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, there you go.
It's
This
a
ought to be
question
good.
it's for Johnny. John, the question is, if you were in the driveway playing against your brother Mike,
I was
who
gonna
would win?
This was my call.
I think I'm 0 whatever against him. He's undefeated, so I'm gonna have to go. He's gonna stay undefeated.
Does he cheat though?
Does he cheat?
No,
Does he call fouls on you that
No.
weren't there? No. Huh?
no, he just he bodies me.
He's a great kid too. We
Yeah,
enjoyed
he is.
watching Mike play.
Coach, why don't we get your perspective? We get Adrian's perspective all the time on the kids, and why don't you give us a little blurb about each one of
Well,
them?
we're a team of personalities, and it's a matter, actually, we're a coaching staff of a wide range of personalities also. And I think there's a good mix. We just need to fine tune a few things so we all feel more positive about what we're able to contribute. Some of us just play to go along, and others throughout the team have a great desire to gain every possible second and minute that they can, and so they're out there trying to produce, and sometimes trying to produce puts a lot of pressure on you, and that's a tough part. It's the same as making decisions. Who should be in the game? Should Fisher start last night, or is he better coming off the bench, player number 6, and come in with that fire that, as we're for some reason slowing down for a second, and he comes in with this full spirit and he's ready to go ahead, and he doesn't drop his head anymore, you know, he just goes full force, you know. That lifts teams, and sometimes you're always looking for that spark. And so every moment, I think, of the game is a challenge for every player, as well as all the coaches.
To me, and basically we're outsiders. We're there a lot, but we're not in there.
Right.
It seems to me like you guys are having more fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know winning does that too, but the maturity, the senior, the leadership, that all makes a difference too.
Yeah.
I think it's what we've been missing the past couple of years, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you could tell since the preseason and the scrimmages, it was just like,
Something
we
different.
just knew, like, it was one of our scrimmages out in Connecticut or Rhode Island or something. It was like something small, like we all went to McDonald's after, and it was like, all right, this is a different team. Like, we click outside of the court, and if it just feels better. It feels better playing with each other when you all got each other's backs.
Yeah, and even like on the court, there's also like that different type of feel. Like there's a different type of fire on the court. Especially when we were earlier in the season, we were still starting to get the team together. There was a different type of fire that we never usually have. Like everybody wanted to come in, everybody wanted to show off. You know.
Right.
A
I'll
lot
tell
of-
you one thing that this team will be known for is their effort. You guys
Appreciate that.
I never see you guys let down ever.
Slack, never.
Never. You guys have been on the floor more than I've seen any other team, scrapping for balls. And you get fouls and stuff
Yeah.
too, but I mean, the effort is phenomenal.
Thank
I
you.
really, from everyone. It's really
Yeah.
great. Cade, you coming in off the bench, you're everywhere. You're falling over, you're diving, you're trying to save a ball from going out of bounds. It's
And a lot of times, Cade's playing the other team's
Yeah.
best forward too.
yeah.
And that's kind of to keep him off of you, which I understand the whole dynamic of it. The game plan against St. John's, we haven't
TJ.
talked. That was a phenomenal game plan, and it was your job to keep power away from the basket,
He did a
and you
great
did
job,
it.
too.
Yeah, you
He
did.
had no points
You
at
did.
halftime.
Had no points at
None.
halftime. I mean,
Not
How
to knock
can you
TJ, but Cade just did a great job on him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was the game plan.
Yeah.
And
It was, and
been
you know
great.
what? So much of that is, you guys should be commended too,
Yeah.
because leadership is the one that drives that. If you hung your head after every, bad call, then it's like a cancer. It goes through the whole team and everybody's doing it. And we don't see that. And like
No,
you said,
no.
it's made a tremendous difference. It really has.
I think it's a sense of maturity.
Yeah, I'm sure.
People are growing into
Yeah.
positions and roles, and if you're able to maintain that there, then your decision-making changes also.
Yeah, you're right.
And that
And
rolls
just
over
because-
to everybody else.
You're right, and just because John was 6'7" as a freshman, he was still a freshman. You know, and we talk about this all the time. And Jim Diamantopoulos always used to say it, you win with your seniors, and it's the truth.
they are.
It is the truth.
You talk about leadership, and this is something I noticed on this team that's been different from the past. Is like you see kind of like some of the other seniors, like Ryan Cade and Tom Murphy, and there's a bunch of others I could list. They step up and they start becoming almost like other captains. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you see juniors like Cayman Warburton, our point guard, was leading the floor, and it's just nice. It's kind of trickling down. It's like a team of leaders.
Yep.
So I think that's making a big difference.
It does. It makes a huge difference. And like I said, you guys can be commended for that because you guys
Starts with
set,
you guys, yeah.
you set the tone.
Right.
If the tone is crappy, guess what? It's going to be crappy.
You can't win with 5 guys.
No.
No, you can't.
You need a
Right.
team.
No.
That's
Yeah,
right.
You need a
That's
team.
true.
And that team, whoever that second group or third group is very important for making whatever the first 5 is, and that could change from day to day. But that first 5 needs that second and third 5 to make them better.
Yeah, it's true.
How are the practices? Pretty intense? You guys-
Energized.
Yeah. You get after
more
each other?
energy, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we compete really hard, which has been nice. We kind of push each other, but at
Yeah.
the same time, it's all positive.
Yeah.
And you know, someone makes a big shot, like it's all clapping, it's all yeah.
Uh-huh.
And in the
Yeah.
past, I feel like practice not like miserable, but like people are almost more. I don't know.
It's
Just
less. It's less me and more we.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know?
If-
It's like
Yeah.
like okay, he plays more than you, but he's still gonna get up for you if you make a big play, and you're gonna get up for him because
Right.
it's about the team this year.
Could switch.
Yeah.
Could easily
Yeah.
switch at
Yeah.
any time.
It's just like, yeah, and practice it's just different. Like if like let's just say Jack McGregor locks down like Ryan Caton, you know,
Right.
Ryan Caton's not gonna I mean he's a little upset, but he's gonna give Jack McGregor a little bit of credit, you
Yeah,
know,
absolutely.
because
Yeah.
he's trying to make him work better. He's trying to
Yeah.
make the team better, and he sees that, you know.
Yeah.
Do the fans help? I mean,
Oh,
my
Yeah.
God.
Yes.
you heard, I don't know if you heard me or
Love it.
not, how electric I thought it was on both sides. Leominster kids were all jacked up and we were all jacked up. It helps, huh?
I think we have the best fan section.
Yeah. They
around.
love it. They love coming to games. It's like they'll ask you all day. They're like, oh, like what are we wearing? Like, is it like we all wearing white or like we wearing jerseys tonight? Like they love coming. It's good that they're all behind you.
Yeah, all the hockey.
We're going right after this.
I know.
Over their game.
Oh, yeah, they have a
who-
game
who
today,
they
right?
play?
8 o'clock?
Native.
Native.
13 to 14, so it's a big
Yeah.
game.
Should be good. Should be good. It's too fast. I couldn't even ask you about school. We'll have you on again by the end of the year. So, good luck. Go get them.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
A lot of time left. We're expecting big things. I'm sure you are too. Keep up the good work. We'll see you next time on Coach's Corner. Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys did a great job. Great.